Well, good morning, folks. This is R Vermil 47, Robert Vermillion, coming to you from Dallas, Texas. Today is January the 29th, 2013. I'm making this video at about 8:40 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're looking right now at a overview of the United States, and this is of temperatures and wind. Also isobars, where it lines of equal pressure. You can see where the cold front is right now, folks. Those blues are between 30 and 40 degrees. Back in here, well, we've got zeros and tens and cold weather. Here, where we are, it's 70 degrees. It's up in the 70s easily. So, we've got a fiction to have a very big clash between this air mass and this air mass, and when that happens we usually get some severe thunderstorms, and today looks like there's going to be the potential for an outbreak. Now I can run this over the last few hours to see how it is. I thought I could. There we go. How it's moved over the last 3 o'clock, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9, 8. We start at 8 here because, of course, we're not to 9 o'clock yet. So you can see it's moving over the last few hours. It's moving. It's moving at us. So the cold front is on the way. Okay, here is the kind of like the generic forecast for the U.S. Issued by the Hydrological Prediction Center, the Severe Weather Prediction Center, National Hurricane Center, and all that. Not that there's any hurricanes going on, but you know. Anyway, this comes from NOAA and National Weather Service. Here's a big area of potential severe storms. Again, right in front of the cold front, as we saw on the previous temperature gradient map. Right behind that, some heavy snow, as in blizzard-like conditions, easily up in here. Heavy snows up in the northern sections. Flash flooding is going to be a problem from the Great Lakes down into the northern Ohio Valley. And a few scattered storms are going to be out ahead of this system. Looks like today the baddest, worst part of this is going to be probably right in this area in Arkansas. So to my family in there in Arkansas, heads up, keep that weather radio on, okay? So we can see the front comes through, the dry line comes through. Back behind it there's snow. We won't be getting snow here, but we're going to get some very strong winds. So again, a lot going on this map. You can tell it's a winter and then into spring. Interesting map. Here's a look at the Severe Prediction Center, Storm Prediction Center for severe weather, and this is our first moderate risk area issued for 2013. It is the end of January, but we have it surrounded by a very large area of slight risk. Slight risk areas are going to be damaging winds, some hail, and potential of isolated tornadoes. Again, I think the tornado threat and the large hail threat and still damaging winds are going to be here, and there again we see Little Rock right there in the middle of that red blob, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Elsewhere around that we've just got regular thunderstorms, nothing else around on either side of that, so we can tell that the system is barreling through the middle of the country. Okay, now this looks like the temperature gradient forecast or current that I showed you earlier. This is coming from the rapid update cycle computer model, and I'll go ahead and put this in motion. This right now would be as of 9 a.m. This is the forecast for 9 a.m. and we'll see that as we sweep through, it warms up, and then here comes the cold front, and the cold front, this loop ends at 7 p.m. So this is the forecast from 9 a.m. through 7 p.m. So as you can see, moves around. Watch the wind dials. They point to the direction the wind's coming from. So at first it starts south, goes west, and it's going to start coming out of the north before long, because you can see it's out of the north out there. So again, just showing you a kind of an up close battle of the air masses. Here's Dallas, here's Fort Worth, Here's Denton, Johnson County. And looks like the setup area is going to be right up in this area here. Okay, this is dew point. And I look at this. Dew point is what we need. Dew point measures the amount of moisture in the air. When you use dew point and temperature together, that's how you come up with relative humidity. But I like to look at dew point because I look at gradients like this, which that shows you where the dry line and or cold front is. Now again, this is a computer model, and this is the forecast for 9 a.m. this morning. So if I put this in motion, see the very dry, strong winds punching in behind the dry line. That's going to make for some very elevated and dangerous fire weather in west and northwest Texas this afternoon. So folks out west, be on the lookout because it's going to be dangerous conditions. It's going to be fires that get started are going to have still some dead winter fuel to deal with, and the winds are going to be not helping the firefighters at all. But you can see as the moisture quickly moves out of the area. So the end of this forecast period again ends at 7 p.m., starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 7 p.m. So again, you can definitely see the front pushing through here. Again, this is another computer model. It's from the rapid update cycle model. This shows what it would expect the radar to look like. Again, you remember a computer is guessing this, so it's not like it's raining right here, right now, or over here, right now, or down here. This just kind of picks up on the probability that showers could pop up, and we could see some light showers ahead of the system. Here's the main system here. Okay, again, this starts at 90. This is effective at 9 a.m. I put it in motion. We're going to run it through 7. So as you can see, the system is going to move through pretty quick. And as it moves through, again, we're going to have the potential for some, I would say, very strong winds. Wind damage may be the signature from this storm system as it moves through the area. Now, when we've got as much upper level energy as we do, it's possible that we will see some isolated tornadoes, but it looks like some marginal hail possibility, and again, wind is because they're moving so fast. And if I stop this and move it back, it would show you that looks like the front, or the heaviest that the forecast says, the model is thinking, is that between 12, okay, here's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noon, there's 1, 2. So this forecast shows that the line passes us by 3, if not by 2. East Texas, that's where it starts getting organized, so that's going to be the danger there. Where's my mouse? Hello. Okay, this is forecasted precipitation, again by the computer model, the rapid update cycle. 9 a.m. You can see this is just barely 1/4 of an inch here. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. So the way this looks is, again, after 2, the rain should be out of the area, and it doesn't look like we're going to get more than a ½ inch at the most, because it stays in the area for a couple of hours when it comes through, and it's probably going to be more like a 45-minute sweep through. But again, this computer models have to go with what they know and all the input. But the rapid update is the closest we can get to the real thing. So you can see as it goes on, it starts to pick up where we start getting ½ inch rainfalls. Still, that's moving fast. So again, I'll put that back in motion just to show you how we expect rainfall potential to be with this system. Not very heavy. Here's a quick new graphic. I've never seen one like this from the National Weather Service, just kind of showing what the severe weather threats are across North Texas today. Again, a moderate chance and a low moderate chance for hail. Moving into the high range again for damaging winds. Tornadoes are going to be on the low side. They'll be very isolated. Flash flooding, very low, moving too fast. Fire weather, very high, because the winds are going to start picking up behind the front. So again, there's your North Texas weather threats for today. Okay, now this is actually live radar. This is level 2 high resolution radar. The data is coming from the radar site here in Fort Worth, and we can see that there's this area here. I believe that's more than likely is some clouds, some deeper clouds, and probably some moisture that might be making it to the ground. We'll see a little more showery type weather over here in the area. And again, we saw the computer model forecast for the radar, and it kind of showed that area, so we'll see. Up here, we see here's where the big business is beginning. Right now, it doesn't look all that impressive. It doesn't. It's got some pretty good lightning going on. I don't see any hail signatures in it right now. This is the bottom of a tornado watch, and we will probably see an additional watch issued for our area, but it probably will. Chances are it's going to be a severe thunderstorm watch. Again, we'll just have to see how long it takes for this to get here. But again, this is the level 2 high resolution radar. Let me stop it right there, and let's just take a look at. I'm going to zoom in to Dallas here, and let's interrogate this little storm that's just north on 67 here. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, it's already showing growth past 20,000 feet, which means, and it's got some good reflectivity in it. It is definitely leaning, so the winds are blowing it. So that was from that little storm there, and it's got some yellow. So let's pick out this one that's eastern Tarrant County. And again, they're beginning to pile up pretty quick. And let's see, if I put this in ISO view and then bring my, let's see how tall, let's see. So heaviest reflectivity still yet, it's not that tall. So, but it's still interesting that they're already building up that fast. So this shows you that storms will continue to move about the area. And let me put this back in motion while it's here close. Again, we see them already starting to spring up. So we're just going to keep an eye on them. Okay, I've rambled on. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and I hope that I made sense, and I hope this helps. Again, keep your weather radios out and on standby. I'm thinking this is going to be a wind event. There's a lot of wind energy. As you can tell, the winds are already very gusty out of the south. It's been a long time since I woke up in January and the temperature was 70 degrees already in the morning. So if this was real spring, we'd say, ooh, this feels like tornado weather. But I think that the tornado action will be minimal in the Metroplex area. Folks in East Texas and Northeast Texas are going to have to watch later on. Okay, well that's it for now, and I will be doing regular just hand updates, or I may bring you some cool radar shots later on as the day progresses. So anyway, y'all take care and have a good one. This is RVMill 47 from Dallas, Texas. Thanks.